right, so, ladies, you do now said, when you were little, how did you think clouds are made? So, how do you think clouds are made? What do you think, EA?
Pillows.
Pillows? What do you think, Giovanna?
The same thing I said.
You thought pillows are made by
Pillows.
clouds are made by pillows? What else, Janine?
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy?
Snow.
You know it. Snow? Sabria?
A magic sheep.
A magic sheep. All right. All right, so when I was little, I thought clouds were made by cars. I thought that's how I thought they were made. Because when I would see the car exhaust come out, it would all white and puffy, it would go up into the sky, and I figured, hey, that's where clouds come from. When I would cross the bridge, I'd see these giant factories, smoke coming out, and I assumed they were cloud factories. And this is what I thought until I was in elementary school, where I learned a little different. So, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Well, first, our topic is clouds, so that's what we're talking about today. We're not going to be talking about underwater adventure. We're not going to be talking about trees too much. We're going to be talking about clouds specifically. And as our agenda, we've already done our do now. You're going to be learning about how clouds are made. We're going to be making a cloud, actually in the jar that I have up front. We're going to work on a word web as groups. And then finally, our exit ticket. Now, we're using this word cloud. But what exactly are clouds? If I were going to ask you to define clouds right now, without looking on the slide ahead, what do you think it would be? What do you think it would be?
Water vapor.
Okay, you think it would be water vapor? What else? Anybody have a different idea? Or are you looking on the slide?
No, I remember that from the first.
From before? Okay. So, press space bar. So, what are clouds exactly? Who can read it for me? EA.
Clouds are a visible mass of condensed water vapor floating in the atmosphere.
All right. Does anybody know what the word condensed water vapor looks like? No. You think you know?
Regular water.
Okay, well, you ever have a water, I know it's getting hotter out. You ever have that water bottle and you have all that sweat running down it?
Oh,
I'm seeing someone with ice in the water bottle.
And then it becomes.
And it's starting to sweat a little bit. That's condensation. So please press the space bar. In a cloud, you only really have two things. You have water vapor, not Vaporeon, but water vapor, and small particles, dust, smoke, pollution's a huge one now. And they all combine to make a cloud. So what I have up here for us is some hot water. I'm going to pour some in. Not all of it, just about half. I'm going to wipe it down a little bit. Wipe. There we go. And I'm going to be spraying in my particles, which is going to be our air freshener. Yes, EA.
We ain't going to die from that, right?
No, you're not going to die from this, I promise. Not today. So, okay. Something's wrong. EA, what did you do to my cloud? Did you mess with my cloud? No, you didn't mess with my cloud? Oh, there was a little smoke. But so, EA obviously didn't mess with my cloud here. She's telling me she didn't. She's like defending herself. So, where exactly do we see clouds typically? This is actually kind of important.
In the sky.
Where do we see them?
In the sky.
Okay, so we see them in the sky. Why are they up there? Why are they EA?
So nobody can touch them.
So no one can touch them? But sometimes people were telling me in the other class that there's some clouds on the ground, and we call them fog.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
most of the time it's up in the sky. Does anybody know why?
Because when it rains, it comes down.
Because the rains come down. What do you think?
The atmosphere.
The atmosphere, very good. So what I actually have here is a pie plate full of ice. It's kind of melty ice now because it's nice and hot out here. I'm going to put it up top there for a minute, and I'm going to, while I explain. So the upper atmosphere is pretty cold. It is not warm like it is down here. It's cold. That is why some mountains you get are covered with snow. In Hawaii, you have mountains that have snow at the top of them. It might be 100 degrees at the bottom, but up top, it is freezing. And they're able to have snow up there. So what ends up happening, if you remember with condensation, there needs to be some kind of cold. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to be spraying my particles in here again, and we're going to see if we get a different result. I know. Okay, you see? Yeah, I know. Wipe. That's why I have the paper towels up here. Accident happened. Do you see it starting to form?
Yeah.
You can see, like, now you start seeing it?
Yep.
So we are actually, what's happening is the water vapor from the hot water is attaching to those little particles that we really can't see in the aerosol and starting to form a tiny cloud. And because it's cold enough up here, you're seeing it more up here than below. So, gonna leave this another minute. 1, 2, and there we go. And that is basically a little cloud in a jar. Spacebar, please. Thank you. So there's actually 4 different types of clouds. It's not just one, and each different type of cloud is made a little differently. Spacebar, please. So you have cumulus, spacebar. Stratus, spacebar. Thank you. Oh, we got 2, but it's okay. Cirrus and nimbus. Now, when I mean nimbus, I'm not talking about the thing that Goku flies around on. I'm not talking about anything magical. These all are different cloud types. They look a little differently. And when you see them, when you know the different types, you'll be able to predict what type of weather you're going to be getting. Because with nimbus, a lot of times you're going to get a storm. That's when you need to go inside. So, what are we going to be doing? What is this guy up here? Because I'm seeing a lot of people kind of zoning out. So what does this guy up here do? What does he mean? What does he mean? Stephanie? You have to copy. Pencil dude means you got to copy. So, spacebar again. So, you know how clouds are made. We made a little cloud in a jar. Now it's time for you ladies to be doing some work. I know I'm seeing some faces, you're like, No, not too bad. It's group work. So in your groups, you're going to be reading an article about different cloud types and filling out a cluster webs for each of the 4 types of clouds. So to give you an idea, this is our lovely little cluster web. What should go in the center?
Clouds.
What should go? Clouds. What do you think should go here?
Main idea.
Okay. Well, no, the main idea is in the center. So what else? Claire's Beth.
The names of the clouds.
Okay, so to recap, what are the names of the clouds?
I got one.
What is it?
Nimbus.
Nimbus, okay. What is it? Yuritsa? Huh?
Cumulus.
Cumulus. Not EA.
Cluster.
Huh?
Cluster.
Cluster? No, not cluster.
What was it?
Janine.
Nimbus.
We already got Nimbus. What do we got?
Stratus.
Stratus. What's the last one?
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Cumulus. All right. So, what we're going to do is you're going to be getting one of these. You're going to be working in groups, and you're going to be getting, just got to hop up over here, some lovely little articles that you're going to be reading, and you're going to be filling them out. Now, you don't have to just put full sentences. You can just use words that kind of describe what they look like. For instance, it's for stratus cloud. It says that they look like huge gray blankets that hang low in the sky. You could put looks like huge gray blankets. You don't have to, it doesn't always have to be scientific words. It can be what it looks like or even how it's made. So I'm going to have somebody pass these out. And ladies, you know what this guy up here means? What does it mean? Action. So does anybody be coming up to me saying, Miss, what do I do? No. It's up on the board. You have an action to do. With that said, ladies, let's get going. Get to work.